Hi, it's Paul again. Doing your writing and organising the structure of the manuscript, and then doing your editing is a little bit like the windows that I'm doing. By the way, check it out. And it's like this. When I have painted the first coat, I've primed, so that's my structure, my outline. Then I do my undercoat, which is my first draft, I guess. Then I come back and I get the sandpaper and I smooth off, and I look for any gaps and nicks and bits that need filling with wood filler, and then I paint another undercoat over the top before I put top coat on. When I'm sanding down, I don't start with the fine sandpaper or the finest. I start with the coarse sandpaper, the coarse grain. So I'm getting the big strokes, big chunks smoothed down first. Then I switch to a finer sandpaper, and then finally the finest. And the purpose, the reason is because it will take such a long time to use the finest sandpaper to smooth down the really big bits that are a problem. You need to use the right tools for the right moment in the process. And your writing is the same. You need to be using the coarse tools, rearranging scenes in a different order, or cutting stuff out altogether, or putting a bit in that links two things together better. You need to do all that stuff first to fix your structure, and that's your coarse sandpaper, if you like, fixing things, smoothing down the big bumps. Then you can switch to the smaller things, like the tone of a scene, or what purpose a scene serves in the overall narrative of your story. And then finally, when that's all done and it's all okay, then you can go in and fine-tune with the finest sandpaper and fix the really tiny details. Okay? But you always do the tiniest details last. If you try and do them first, which is where a lot of writers really go wrong, if you try and fix the small details first, you'll never ever finish your manuscript. You'll always be fixing little fiddly bits. You really have to. The beauty of doing something like National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo, is that you're going to have to train yourself to leave your fine-tuning editor way behind. You have to shut them out. Because if you don't, you write a bit and then you try and edit it and you tinker with it and you get really caught up in the nitty-gritty, the fine detail, and you'll never complete. Okay, so you'll never get finished with your manuscript. So it's about having the different tools for progressive stages of the job, and the sandpaper analogy is a really perfect fit for how you should try and do your editing. Okay, thanks.